Hello YouTube. So it's still Friday, 2:39 p.m. Friday, June 30th, 2023. And it's kind of rolling out the zone. It's a lot of tents in that direction. Actually came up 11th Avenue. I came out the gate by 11th Avenue. There's two gates. There's the main gate by the Garcia Welcome Center, and then there's the one by the Andre House at 11th Avenue. I wanted to show where I got off the Dash bus. It was kind of funny because apparently the driver didn't realize that was a spot he was supposed to stop. It seemed like the driver really resented being on that route. But as I said, that particular route, it's pretty much, I just don't see anybody on the riding the Dash except for homeless people. I did see, actually, I should say there's one young guy I saw that looked like he was heading to a government job, but judging from the kind of stuff he was carrying, like he had a non-electric kick scooter, he had like a little AM/FM transistor radio attached to his belt, which I thought was neat. I miss little AM/FM transistor radios. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. It's just something you don't see anymore. But he had one, and he had one, and but yeah, he got off kind of near here, and it looked like he was on his way to some kind of a government job. So that actually kind of gives me some hope that maybe those are good jobs to be applying for. But here's another one of those examples of how the transit system is segregated. So here we're directly in front of the entrance to the State of Arizona Natural Resources Building, where I was yesterday. We got that other historic house that's just fenced up and nobody's given access to it, but the front office comes out right here, and then this bus stop here, which you see is really, really nice. It's a nice newer style bus shelter, and this is only for rapid. So probably rapid, and then I would imagine this is rapid pickup and drop off, and they probably also have the different express buses. They probably stop there as well. But yeah, no local buses there, right in front of the actual government office. No local buses stop there. The Dash government loop, the one that's supposed to be, that actually says it's for government offices, doesn't stop there. But if I keep walking this way, I'll get to a bus stop that's segregated from that's not as nice, which will be just for the Dash bus. Now, my plan right now is to take the Dash bus to 19th Avenue. I think it does a loop on 19th Avenue around the back end of the Capitol, and I'm going to try to take the Route 19 north. I'm not driving because the car is just about out of gas, and I really don't have money to put gas in it right now. Wow, that's an old school bus stop sign. As I've mentioned before, it frustrates me that the bus stop signs don't have route information on it, but this one here is actually old enough that it's got some of the route stickers on it. One for Route 1, 15, and 581. That's interesting. So I guess that one over there, oh, there's the Dash bus here. I guess I have to explain that stuff later. Wow. This is a train I don't see going through here very often. So I just got off the Dash, quote unquote, government loop, which is actually the downtown area shuttle for the homeless. That's what the DASH should stand for. But yeah, I'm at 19th Avenue and Jefferson, and that train is loud. Yeah, it's coming around the corner, so it's got 19th Avenue blocked. Now see, if I was in these cars, and It's loud. If I was in one of those cars, I would be turning left at that next street there, which is Madison, and then you can take Madison, I'm pretty sure, down to 17th Avenue. I don't know, you might have to backtrack to Jefferson, but 17th Avenue goes under the tracks. So sitting and waiting for that truck, or for that train, I mean, sitting and waiting for that train, if you're in a car, sitting and waiting for that train is a choice. Oh wow, there's the police in a car as opposed to an SUV. That's something I haven't seen in a long time. They're pretty much always in giant SUVs now. But yeah, the police officer knows to hang a left. He's not waiting in that line of traffic, because this train goes through here real slowly. Now me, I have no choice but to wait. I have no choice but to wait. Well, I mean, I can walk, which I'm actually thinking about doing for a little bit. Because this right here is where the Route 19 picks up. But if memory serves, there's a Chase Bank branch at 19th Avenue and Van Buren, which is the second light to the north. This intersection right here, where you see the blinking red lights for the train, that's Washington Street. Which I've shown video of Washington Street before. Washington Street looks very different on this side of the Capitol. Wow, we got the happy rainbow flags hanging off the executive tower there at the Arizona State Capitol. No Arizona flags, no American flags, just two of them with the happy alphabet people rainbow. Alrighty then. I don't know. It seems like you think the state flag or the national flag would fly a little higher up there, but apparently they're not into that anymore. So yeah, this bit of Washington Street you see here, it's a dead end, as I've shown before. 17th Avenue, or sorry, 18th Avenue, between Adams and Jefferson has been pedestrianized. And not for the advantages of having a pedestrianized street. I'm sure that was just done to stop motor for vehicles from being that adjacent to the state capitol. I don't see a Route 19. I didn't check the transit app because I honestly thought this train would take considerably longer than that. But I don't see a. There's a 19 southbound. But yeah, I don't see a 19 northbound coming up behind me anywhere close. Well, there's a sign I haven't seen in quite a while. So we got a green light northbound here at Adams for 19th Avenue, but then a lit up no left turn sign, because obviously you can't turn left because there's a train there. So I guess if you're wanting to wait, you do like that officer does, and you just pull up to the light and you wait. But it is kind of awkward because the sign says no left turn. But so they're all waiting to turn left where it says no left turn. Actually, it doesn't. Well, I guess that's a no left turn signal, but it says the word train underneath it. I don't know that I've ever seen that thing lit up before. It's kind of neat. Oh, so I'll see a bus coming up behind me. So weird how they did the bike lane here. Now it's like green and green on each side. Not a fan of the green painted bike lanes. I find that the green paint during the monsoon rains, or at any time when it rains, or sometimes when people are sprinkling, have the water sprinklers watering lawns and stuff, I find that and they're over watering to the point it's getting in the street. I find that when bike lanes are painted green like that they become dangerously slippery on a bicycle and on an electric scooter. So there's another bus stop right there for Adams Street. Last night, Priscilla, when I was talking to her on the phone, she called me while I was actually down at the Human Services campus, and wow, train crossing on Monroe. Never noticed that before. kind of odd to me seeing train crossings on small residential streets like that. Because in most areas where there's train tracks, only like the major streets cross the tracks. But yeah, here, 19th Avenue, Monroe crosses. Of course, Van Buren crosses. It's the next block up. I just had a moment. I was thinking, wait, there's two streets between Washington and Monroe. But yeah, the other one is Adams. It always kind of throws me off when I'm up here because Washington's not the thoroughfare. Adams is, which is exactly halfway between Jefferson and Van Buren. Yeah, there's the Chase branch. I hope they're still open. Chase has been closing a lot of branches around the valley, particularly branches in less than desirable parts of town. And as you can see, this is very much a less than desirable part of town. Even though it's right next to the state capitol. We've got, Cornholio with a dark tan over there. Trying to find some TP for his bunghole. The Chase branch looks like it's still open. So yeah, Priscilla called me at the Human Services campus. She had no idea what to be there. She kind of asked why I was there, and then we ended up talking about what all had gone down with my daughter Allison, whom I still haven't heard back from. And I'm trying to just kind of. I hope there's no foul play, but I don't know. I guess she's just decided that I'm of no help to her as her father, and is either getting help from somewhere else or has gone someplace else where she can get drugs, as opposed to, I've told her I'm completely fine with her staying at my apartment, but she also knows I'm kind of on the verge of losing my apartment. But I've never asked her for money to stay there. But what I have asked, which I have got zero cooperation with, is that she just at least help me clean up the area where she wants to be, whether that's in Lily's old bedroom, and at least clean up the bed and an area around it, or, and to help me clean up the kitchen so the kitchen is usable. And yeah, she's not interested in doing any of that. Generally speaking, when she comes over to my place, she just sleeps off whatever bender she's been on, and then once she's awake, she's back off to wherever she goes. So why am I headed north? I'm headed this direction instead of back to my car. Well, I don't really have any money to put gas in my car, so there's that. But I have this lovely form from DES. So that particular DES office does not handle unemployment. They only do Access, TANF, and SNAP, formerly known as food stamp benefits. And which is fine. Like, that's the most important thing I need to get going right now anyway. But they've got it in the system, because when I was getting food stamps before, I did report that I had, a small amount of weekly income as a karaoke DJ at Bullock's Cocktails. And nobody at Bullock's Cocktails was answering the phone to verify that I no longer worked there. So I told the caseworker there at DES that I was kind of mutually fired and fired and quit last November. But nobody would answer the phone to verify that. And I told her there's been a change of ownership, but she gave me this form that the owners need to fill out. And it's kind of wild because it has questions like paychecks received from, when your final pay was, date hired, employee termination, last day worked. And I don't expect that the current owner of Bullock's is going to know any of that stuff. In fact, when I walk in the door, I expect I'm going to be a complete stranger to them, because the only time I've had any communication with the owner there was when I went in and I was very frustrated that the $2 breakfast had been raised to an $8 breakfast. So that's my mission right now after I do my banking.